What is up, everybody? The market is doing extremely well on Saturday, August 7th in the morning. We are seeing the entire market up significantly, up over 7%. This is the biggest day we have seen in a while. Bitcoin at one point was up over 10%. We broke above $43,000 per coin. Ethereum broke above $3,000 per coin. We have seen basically every single coin in the green, and everyone's wondering why. So in today's video, we're going to go over 3 things going on in crypto that are huge. We're going to first start off by talking a little bit about regulations and Elon Musk, because Elon Musk, also the CEO of Coinbase, came out and spoke about what is happening with regulators in the US. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about Ethereum and altcoins, because we have just seen a dramatic change in what is happening with altcoins right now. A lot of this has to do with Ethereum, what just happened with their London hard fork, but this is a very important change that we're seeing with investors, which signals that we are in a bull market, full force bull market. And at the end, we're going to talk a little bit about what is going on with Bitcoin, price predictions, and what a number of top experts are saying about where Bitcoin will go now that we have seen it break a number of key resistance levels. So if you enjoy this sort of content, well then please be sure to like the video down below, subscribe if you're new. Also, if you guys want to see exactly what I'm buying and selling in real time, well then make sure to check me out on public.com. It's just like a Twitter combined with a Robinhood. Completely free to follow me. Just go to public.com/Michael. You'll get up to $50 in a free stock, and you can see exactly what I'm buying and selling in real time completely for free. But anyways, let's take a look at what is going on in the market right now. So the market is up 7.18%. Let's refresh this just to make sure. Yep, 7.1% in the green for today. We're starting to approach a $2 trillion market cap. Again, we're right around $1.75 to $1.8 trillion market cap for the entire crypto market. Big news over the last 24 hours has been with Bitcoin and Ethereum, because Bitcoin, let's start off there. Bitcoin, in terms of technical indicators, we all know that the crypto market follows what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the largest. It's number 1 in terms of market cap. But the exciting thing here is that we have seen it officially break through a number of key resistance. Not only did we break above $40,000 per coin, but the exciting thing about what's going on with Bitcoin is that we have been able to break above 42,000, and now we're well above any sort of resistance we had that we had trouble breaking through, which was really that 41,500. We have completely broken through that. And when we look at the 50-day moving average, the 200-day moving average, both of these look very bullish. We have seen us stay above that 50-day moving average on the 4-hour chart for a couple of weeks now. Same with the 200-day moving average. So great sign. We are seeing Bitcoin. Really, there is no other resistance lines anywhere close until we start getting to around that $48,000 to $50,000 range. In addition to this, the other thing that we are seeing with crypto right now is what is going on with Ethereum, because Ethereum has been catching up to Bitcoin. We'll go over more of this later, but we are seeing that Ethereum is up over 25% in the last 7 days, up 11% in the last 24 hours. And the big news here is that we have broken above $3,000 per coin. And I remember just about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we had been below $2,000 per coin for Bitcoin. The interesting thing about Ethereum is that we are mimicking, very similar, the charts of Bitcoin in 2017. That is what Ethereum looks like right now. And if we look at the charts, even the daily charts, ever since July 21st, 2021, we have almost every single day have a green candlestick. Only one day where we finished in the red. And now we've officially broken above that $3,000 resistance, which was a very key resistance for Ethereum. So now we have really no reason that we won't reach all-time highs very soon, especially with what's going on with Ethereum London hard fork, Ethereum 2.0, and all the other big announcements that have come out for Ethereum over the last couple of weeks, and the big plans they have over the next couple of months. But now many people are wondering what is going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum. Why is crypto up today? Because we have seen all of a sudden the entire crypto market just spike. So right now we have had a lot of developments with regards to regulators. Some good, some bad, but it has been in the talks in all mainstream media over the last couple of hours, and that is with regards to what is going on with the infrastructure bill in the Senate, because we have seen that the Senate has been looking to pass the Senate has been looking to vote on a $1 trillion infrastructure bill. And the important thing here is that they had included a number of aspects for cryptocurrency, because it's sort of like they threw it in at the last minute so they could raise about $28 billion for in tax revenue from crypto regulations. Some people were upset about this. Some people, were okay with it. But either way, they had thrown a provision in the bill with regards to cryptocurrency. And everyone's like, well, why is there crypto in an infrastructure bill? It has nothing to do with it. And really, the ultimate reason why it was in this infrastructure bill was to help fund the actual bill. Because without cryptocurrency and these new proposed regulations, they would have significantly less tax revenue dollars. But either way, the big news here is that we had seen that lawmakers are expected to vote on this infrastructure bill on Saturday, August 7th, 2021, around noon Eastern time. And the important thing here is that there was an amendment submitted for the bill by Senators Rob Portman and Mark Warner, which was meant to water down the provision by excluding proof of work, mining, and entities involved in the selling of hardware or software that gives individuals control of private keys for digital assets. Essentially, what happened is Elon Musk and Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, they came out and were not happy with this new amendment that a couple of senators were proposing for this bill, because they had said that what the Senate is doing is essentially trying to pick the winners and losers of the crypto world. Because when we look at what this amendment essentially says, it essentially is saying that there could be two of the exact same companies. Let's pull this up. There could essentially be two of the exact same companies doing something, let's say, with proof of work or proof of stake, and one of them would be treated completely different. So Elon Musk, Brian Armstrong, a number of crypto experts have come out and said, well, why is the government trying to pick the winners and losers of the crypto space? They're trying to say, okay, like proof of work is better than proof of stake. They're saying if there's proof of stake, well, they're going to essentially exclusively penalize new proof of stake technology adoptees. And this doesn't really make any sense, because Ethereum recently rolled out its Ethereum London hard fork. ETH 2.0 is set for early 2022, and this is all supposed to help Ethereum become more energy efficient. So now everyone asks the question, well, why is the government penalizing proof of stake and not penalizing proof of work? Why are they doing this? And right now, many people don't really know why, because proof of stake is significantly more energy efficient than proof of work. Ethereum is supposed to be moving over to ETH 2.0, become more energy efficient, and that has been what the government's always talked about, energy efficiency, good for the environment, and that's what proof of stake does. So right now, we don't know exactly why they are targeting proof of stake entities. And remember, it doesn't mean this bill is going to pass exactly how it is, but right now that has been the major news in the crypto space. Elon Musk, Brian Armstrong are not happy about this, because they're saying essentially the government is going to be stifling innovation. They're going to be saying that one type of technology, which is proof of work, what they're saying is proof of work is better than proof of stake with these new amendments to the bill that they have and with a couple of other things they included. The interesting thing about this, though, is that many people are saying that, like we said, why would they attack proof of stake? Is it that they just lack understanding, that it's more energy efficient, that it's better for the environment? Or is it that maybe a central bank digital currency is going to be coming out in the future in the US that's going to rely on proof of work? Those are both options. I doubt that the government doesn't understand proof of stake at all. If they are including it in a bill, if they're specifically talking about it, they must at least have the basic understanding of it. But it's interesting to see why they would be excluding one versus the other. But let me know what you guys think. Why are they targeting proof of stake in this infrastructure bill? In addition to this, the other thing going on with regulators, we have seen over the last couple of days, Gary Gensler, who is the chief of the SEC, has come out and said that they are wanting massive regulations in crypto. And people are all wondering, well, why are all these bills in Congress, all of these talks from the SEC and Gary Gensler, why are all of these things actually helping crypto? Why are we seeing the crypto market up? Well, one of the reasons for this is, first of all, we have recently crossed a couple of key technical indicators. We have shown very bullish signs in the crypto market. But in addition to this, people say regulations are bad for crypto. And ultimately, hardcore crypto enthusiasts don't really like regulations. Most of us don't want regulations in crypto. But The thing to remember is that with an infrastructure bill, with some sort of reporting requirements for exchanges and Bitcoin mining companies, all we know is that if there are more regulations in place, if the SEC puts more regulations in place, ultimately that is going to mean big money players are going to start to get involved more in crypto. So anyone who says, okay, this infrastructure bill is probably a little bit rushed, which it is. It looks like it's a little bit rushed. They're just throwing out new technologies and they're like picking winners and losers without really fully diving deep into what's going on with crypto. While they are rushing with that aspect, the SEC has been talking about crypto regulations for a while, and ultimately what we will see is that as long as they continue to be talking about regulations, it is ultimately going to help crypto because it's going to mean more big money players can get involved. And so, yes, this infrastructure bill is sort of not the most comprehensive, it's not as comprehensive as it could be, but we got to remember, more regulations means more big money players. More big money players means the entire crypto market is going to, receive an influx of new capital coming in. So that's what's going on with regulations right now. We've seen a couple of senators come out and talk about this new amendment that senators have put together. So, for example, Senator Pat Toomey came out and said that, look, while I appreciate that my colleagues in the White House have acknowledged their original crypto tax had flaws, the Warner-Portman amendment picks winners and losers based on the type of technology employed. That's horrible for innovation. So we see that, right, there's a lot of regulations being talked about, but at least we do have some senators there who are like, this isn't great for crypto. Like, they're saying crypto regulations are fine, but picking winners and losers based on technology and sort of singling out different types of technologies in the bill may not be the best. So we'll see what happens here, but that's just like a brief overview of what's going on with regards to regulators. We've talked about this a couple of times in the past, but that's like a lot of confusion going on. They're supposed to vote on Saturday, August 7th to pass this bill. If they were to pass it, we might see a bit of a dip in crypto just because it would mean more reporting requirements for crypto exchanges and that would probably hurt the crypto market, but we'll see what happens. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Elon Musk, because Elon Musk, according to a recent tweet, he essentially hinted that Tesla owns about 42,000 Bitcoin, and we had known that they had bought over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin back in about January or February of 2021. But as of June 30th, Tesla currently has about $1.47 billion in Bitcoin, and according to a recent post from Dave Lee, he did a bit of calculations, a bit of estimates about how many Bitcoin Tesla actually owns. And Elon Musk responded to this saying that he was pretty close. He says, well, we don't have that many Bitcoin, but it's close. He said, ultimately, we now know that Tesla has around 42,000 Bitcoin. Interesting to see. That means they got in around $35,000 per coin. Obviously, this doesn't have big impacts on crypto, but I just thought it was an interesting story to include in our video because everyone always likes to follow what Elon Musk and Tesla are doing with crypto. It has big impacts on the market in terms of, the community aspect. People are always looking to see what Elon and Tesla are doing for crypto. Moving on, big topic. This is probably one of the most interesting things going on in crypto right now with regards to altcoins and with regards to Ethereum. So what is happening right now is that we are seeing that the Ether to Bitcoin price ratio has been increasing dramatically over the last couple of days. And this is something that is actually really good for crypto because whenever we see people get more involved with Ethereum, with altcoins, that shows us that they're more confident about crypto in the short term. They're more confident about taking risks. It's more of a risk-on strategy for crypto. And that shows us that we are in a bull market and people are feeling very positive about the outlook for crypto over the next couple of months and in the short term. So right now what we're seeing is that Bitcoin dominance is sitting right around 45.7%. It has been dropping over the last couple of days, and we have seen that Ethereum's dominance has increased pretty dramatically over the last couple of days. We've seen it get, now it's above 20%. So this is interesting because not many times have we seen Ethereum's market cap represent 20% of the entire crypto world. So this is a sign that people are having a lot more confidence in Ethereum than they have had before. This is a sign that altcoins and the crypto market is entering a bull run, and we know bull runs mean that typically Bitcoin is usually the most flat, the most stable. Altcoins, when the market is doing well, receive higher gains. When the market is doing poorly, again, Bitcoin doesn't fall as much and it's more stable, and altcoins fall more. So now that it looks like we are entering a bull market, we've had multiple days in a row in the green. For Ethereum, we have had every single day since July 21st be in the green. Well, that shows us that right now people are much more bullish on Ethereum, on altcoins, and on the entire crypto market than they were just a couple of weeks ago. In addition to this, with regards to Ethereum recently had its London hard fork on August 5th, 2021. A couple of important upgrades took place here, which I think are huge for institutional investors getting involved in Ethereum versus getting involved in Bitcoin. Previously, we have seen a lot of institutional investors pick Bitcoin over Ethereum simply because it's been around the longest. It's the largest and least volatile crypto asset out there. The second reason is because it is like a digital gold, and there's like a hard cap on the total supply. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin ever in existence, and a couple of other reasons why. But now we're starting to see that shift, and we're starting to see that change as more institutional investors are picking Ethereum over Bitcoin. We've seen massive inflows into Grayscale Ethereum Trust over the last 2 weeks. We have seen Ethereum mining generate more revenue than Bitcoin mining for the last 3 months. For July, we've seen it over the last 3 months. Every single month, Ethereum has had more Ethereum mining revenue. Like Ethereum miners have generated more revenue than Bitcoin miners. So this shows us that the demand for Ethereum is increasing dramatically. And with Ethereum's London hard fork, it solves a couple of issues that institutional investors had. One of which is the supply of Ethereum and scaling and transaction fees of Ethereum. With this London hard fork, we have seen that Ethereum has essentially started to become more of a deflationary asset. Not as, much supply. Every single time that Ethereum is mined, we see a certain amount of it burned. Essentially what that means is it's just taken off. It's just disappears. Easiest way to think about it is when you mine Ethereum, when it's burned, no longer part of the total supply. And what we can see right here is there's a website where you can track exactly what is going on with EIP 1559 and how much ETH has gotten burned. And we can see that a total of 9,403 Ethereum have been burned, which means that is that much less Ethereum that has been added to the total supply of Ethereum. In addition to this, what we are seeing is that, this updates every couple of seconds, honestly, but what we have seen is that institutional investors are starting to pick up more. We haven't had any concrete evidence yet that there have been major buys from institutional investors. We always see this, when they report their earnings, but I'm expecting in Q3 of 2021 that we're going to see a lot of institutional investors are getting involved. We have seen a couple of bills passed in Germany recently that allow specialized funds, like hedge funds, essentially, you could think of, to invest up to 20% of their portfolios into crypto. I expect we're going to see a lot coming out from Germany in terms of these institutions putting money into crypto. I expect that we're going to be seeing a lot of institutions in the US putting money into crypto as well with these new regulations that are being talked about in the crypto space. So I think all of this is definitely going to help with crypto moving forward, but we'll see what happens. And then lastly, the last thing I do want to talk about is what is going on with Bitcoin, because we have seen Bitcoin officially break above. Let's pull it up. We've seen Bitcoin officially break above the $43,000 resistance. We smashed through $40,000. And now many people are saying, well, what's next for Bitcoin? Can we break through all-time highs? Can we get above $65,000 per coin? And according to a number of analysts, they're predicting that we will see Bitcoin's price head higher and reach $100,000 per coin this year. When we start looking at technical indicators, there's a couple of things in terms of technical indicators that people are looking at. One of which says that Bitcoin should reach a price minimum of $135,000 per coin this year. But either way, when we look at what this analyst is saying, Bloomberg Intelligence analyst Mike McGlone, he reported that Bitcoin was set to turn $40,000 into a support, and he stated that this year is prime for Bitcoin to take the next step in its price discovery stage, and we see a refreshed bull market. He said that he thought, Bloomberg analyst, he thought that we were going to break above 40,000, and that instead of being a resistance, now that was going to be a support. And once that happened, we would be ready to start seeing a new rally and start seeing our push upwards towards $100,000 per coin. So what we are seeing right now in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of technicals, in terms of what's going on in the market. He says the longest period below its 20-week moving average since 2018-2019 indicates week longs have been cleansed with an enduring bull market. He said what's changed in about 3 years is sufficient to sustain more the same for most of Bitcoin's history, rising prices. Supply is declining while demand and adoption are rising in most countries that welcome open discourse and free market capitalism. So what we're seeing is that now, we've talked about this in the past, Bitcoin whales have started to accumulate more Bitcoin. They're taking their crypto off of exchanges, which means they believe in Bitcoin long term. We're seeing regulations pick up in multiple countries, but that's not a bad thing because that means we're starting to see some big investment firms, some big companies start to allocate small portions of their balance sheet into crypto. Like we talked about in Germany, they recently had a bill passed which allows specialized funds to allocate 20% of their portfolios into crypto. We're seeing in the US, the SEC has been talking about crypto and helping it go mainstream with regulations. So all of this combined with the new partnerships between Apple and Coinbase, Google and Coinbase, between all these new partnerships and stores accepting crypto. We talked about Quiznos accepting crypto. We talked about Starbucks accepting crypto, all through partnerships with a company called Bakkt. But either way, what we're seeing is that there's mass adoption taking place with retail investors and regular everyday people, and also we're starting to see this increase with institutional investors as well. So right now there's a lot that looks really good with crypto, especially with technical indicators and with mass adoption. Obviously, there's a couple of things we do need to worry about. Just keep an eye out on with regards to regulations, because some of these things that are going on with crypto with this new infrastructure bill seem a bit rushed, like they're not really thinking it through, and it could potentially harm the US in terms of crypto down the road, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully they don't pick and specify specific technologies, crypto technologies in this new bill. They're setting to vote on it on Saturday, August 7th, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, they think it through more before they pick proof of work over proof of stake, because that just really wouldn't make much sense when the government is always talking about energy efficiency, when they're always talking about what is going on with that. So anyways, that's what's going on with crypto. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed it. And if you guys want me to go more live streams, let me know by liking the video down below. We're going to head off now, but I actually got a couple more topics, a new breaking story that I do want to go over really quickly. So let me pull that up for you guys, but let me know in the chat also what topics you guys like me covering. Do you want me to talk more about specific altcoins? Because I know we haven't spoken about Solana or Polygon or Polkadot in a while. So let me know about those. But a lot that we've been talking about recently has been with Ethereum. But anyways, big story that sort of just came out is with regards to what is going on. Pulling it up right here. Give me 1 second, guys. But so here we go. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but we are seeing that a new Genesis report came out and highlighted the role of Ethereum right now in DeFi and crypto in general. This is pretty important because what we are seeing is that a lot of people, we've talked about this, they've been choosing Cardano or Ethereum in terms of building their companies, building their businesses on the back of those technologies. And with Ethereum, the important things are there's a lot going on with DeFi. Ethereum has decentralized finance applications, it has smart contracts, it has NFTs. And now with this new announcement and the new upgrades that have taken place with Ethereum, we have seen that the London hard fork made it more of a deflationary asset. We have seen that some things with this London hard fork also helped to stabilize transaction fees a little bit more. And then now what we're seeing is that this is setting up Ethereum perfectly for their Q1 of 2022 when they're scheduled to have their ETH 2.0 rollout. And what we're seeing is that the Genesis report highlights the emerging role of Ethereum in DeFi in the second quarter of 2021, and actually we're starting to see this increase in Q3 and Q4, like where we are right now of 2021. So the big news here is that Genesis, which is a big cryptocurrency lending and trading desk, has done some research, done some digging, and they confirmed that cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and DeFi tokens have been gaining on Bitcoin dramatically over the last 6 months as people realize the potential that they have. Give me 1 second. Let me plug this in. I need to plug in my computer so it doesn't die on us. Because remember, guys, I'm still traveling. I'm not home. I'm in like a new house every single day. But, okay, so what we're seeing is that according to this Q2 2021 market observations report, they've seen that what we talked about, Bitcoin dominance has been dropping. We see this typically when we enter a bull market, but this time is different. This time they're saying, look, it's not just that people are liking altcoins and wanting to take on a little more risk, because that's what typically happens in a bull market. Bitcoin dominance drops because people want to take on more risk. But that's not what's happening. What we're actually seeing is that the number of active users on Ethereum's network, on Cardano's network, are increasing dramatically. So it's no longer just that people want to take on more risk with their investments, but now what we're seeing is that the number of users on these networks are increasing at a much faster rate than the number of people who have active wallet addresses on Bitcoin. And yes, it's not like Ethereum is such a small network. It's not like Cardano is so small. We're talking about pretty established cryptocurrencies with pretty big, active wallet and active user bases. And we're seeing them still increase at a faster rate than Ethereum. Faster rate than Bitcoin. So we'll continue to see this, I believe, grow faster than we have seen in the last couple of years. Genesis report says that the company had an increase in loan originations of 700% year over year, 60% quarter over quarter. And so I think we're going to continue to see people pick Ethereum, Cardano over Bitcoin, not just because that, first of all, as investments, not just because they will probably yield much higher returns because they have smaller market caps than Bitcoin, but also because their total number of users, total number of active wallet addresses are increasing at a much faster rate than Bitcoin is right now. Let me take a look at the chat really quickly. What is going on? Doge Ethereum bridge. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Dogecoin yesterday. If you guys have not already seen that video, we talked about a specific report about Dogecoin where they said it would reach a price of $3.60 per coin on average. So I think that's an important video you guys should definitely take a look at. Definitely take a look at that one. One last thing I want to talk about with Ethereum is with regards to Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder. He came out the other day and said that EIP 1559 was the most important part of the London hard fork. We know this. We know he has talked about this a lot, but this is one of the biggest reasons, again, why we have seen Ethereum's price increase dramatically and why we're seeing the entire crypto market continue to have this massive, massive bull run. Because, first of all, it all started off really with that B-Word Day event. I think the B-Word Day event took place on July 21st, and that's the exact day that when we look at Ethereum's price, when we look at Bitcoin's price, that's the exact day when everything turned around. That B-Word Day event with Jack Dorsey, Elon Musk, Cathie Wood, that is the exact day, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the exact day that we saw the entire crypto market flip, completely just flip, because we had been trending downwards until July 21st. Then we look July 21st for Ethereum. We went from, what was the opening price? Let's take a look. The opening price on July 21st was $1,786 per coin for Ethereum. We closed the day at $1,995. Since then, look at that. Every single day we have seen it in the green. Then that was great news for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of crypto. Then the next thing that happened was with regards to Bitcoin whale accounts. We did a video on Bitcoin whale accounts, and we spoke about how Bitcoin whales were accumulating more Bitcoin. They purchased over $5 billion in Bitcoin in just a matter of 48 hours. Then what we saw was a couple of things with regards to Gary Gensler regulations. We saw Bitcoin Ethereum mining continue to start picking back up again, and we started to break through a couple of key resistance. All of this then led to what Vitalik Buterin and Ethereum just did the other day with the London hard fork. The London hard fork drove Ethereum's price up significantly. That is why we are seeing Ethereum's price at a much higher level and have much bigger gains than we see with other cryptocurrencies. For example, If we look at the price of Ethereum, Ethereum's up 11% over the 24 hours. Ethereum's up 26% over the last 7 days. And Bitcoin's up. Yeah, it's up 6%, which is great. But still, you can't compare that to you can't compare that to what's going on with Ethereum. So either way, Vitalik Buterin, he came out and said that this EIP 1559 was the most important part of the London hard fork. He says that this is helping to set up everything with Ethereum's network for 2022 when they're supposed to transfer over to ETH 2.0. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on with crypto. Really, things to keep an eye out, guys, for the next couple of days is going to be what is going on specifically with regards to the regulations in the US, because while there is some stuff going on here, while there is some things that could be bad, like if the government does include a couple of amendments in this bill that target proof of stake cryptos, that could be bad. That could be bad for Ethereum. But we got to remember right now, regulations don't mean it's terrible. It's not the worst thing for crypto. Regulations, while some of them could be bad, some of them could also really help because it's going to mean more big money players are getting involved. But anyways, that's what's really going on with crypto this morning and today. One website that you guys definitely should check out if you guys haven't already this is very interesting. You can see exactly how much Ethereum is getting burned. Total of 9,452 Ethereum have been burned at a burn rate of about 3.7 ETH per minute. So interesting to check on this. This is all because of EIP 1559. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about a couple more things. I'm happy to stay on a bit longer. Yes. Tavion Laban. What is going on with Ethereum and what is going on with regulations? I agree. I think what is going on with regulations definitely shows that crypto is here to stay. With regulations in place, that shows us that crypto is completely 100% legitimized. The government knows it's not going anywhere. The government knows it's going to be around. Also, with regards to crypto regulations, the more regulations we have in place, like we said, the more legitimate it's going to be. But not only that, the more money that's going to pour in. Think of it like driving. Gary Gensler, who is the SEC chief, he came out the other day and he said, right now we're in the Wild West of crypto. He said the important things are that right now, think of cryptocurrency and the entire crypto market like you would think of driving, when driving in cars first came out. At first, there were cars. People were just saying, here's a car, go drive on the road. And they would just drive wherever they wanted. There weren't street signs, there weren't stoplights, there weren't seatbelts. Over time, they started to put more regulations in place. And did that make driving worse? No. It made driving safer so people didn't get hurt. It made driving, it really led to more companies building cars. It led to more people buying cars. You got to remember that. Obviously cars are more expensive at first, but you got to remember that. With regulations in place, more people started to buy cars. More companies started to produce cars, and that's exactly what we're seeing with crypto. Crypto was in a place where it was there. Some people had it. But now that we're seeing more regulations in place, more companies are going to want to get involved with it, like Apple, Amazon, Google. All the big name companies are going to want to get involved in it. Also, what we're going to see is that not only are more people going to want to get involved, more people are going to want to buy it. Because now the people who say crypto is a scam, the people who say crypto isn't going anywhere, well, now with these regulations, what's going on with this infrastructure bill, which is set to be voted on today? What's going on with the SEC? All of these regulations are showing people who might have been skeptical about crypto that, look, you know what, maybe we could trust it. Maybe we can trust Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think that's why we're going to start to see more money pour in, because it just shows us that crypto is here to stay. Crypto isn't a scam. Yes, there are some coins where people will get scammed. There will be fraud still. But that's the whole goal of the SEC. That's the whole goal of all these regulations in place. So, in my opinion, you know what? Ultimately, whatever happens with this infrastructure bill, Saturday, August 7th, 2021, with the vote, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Will they target a specific crypto? It is possible. They could target proof of stake cryptos. I think that would be a bad decision. I think it makes no sense because proof of stake is much more energy efficient. So I would think it makes no sense for them to target proof of stake. But if they do, you know what? It doesn't mean proof of stake cryptos are dead. It doesn't mean that they're going to go anywhere. It doesn't mean that. It could have a little bit of a negative impact, but you got to remember, China banned cryptocurrency mining. China banned cryptocurrency trading activities. And And what is happening with that is at first there was a big scare, and all those other companies that mined Bitcoin in China, that had, cryptocurrency trading platforms in China, they just moved elsewhere. That's the great thing about crypto. If one country puts in place something that might stifle innovation, that might make it harder, yes, it might take a little bit longer, but ultimately that doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean the end of crypto. It just means, look, cryptocurrency miners were banned from China. They moved elsewhere. Actually helped crypto because then more companies got involved with Bitcoin mining. It made it more profitable, and it was very exciting. So those are things to really, really keep an eye out on, because right now, regulations, that is the big talk of the day. Regulations, regulations, regulations. We see this Senate vote on the nearly $1 trillion infrastructure bill. It really has nothing to do with crypto. It shouldn't have anything to do with crypto, but they just threw in a couple of crypto amendments. They threw in a couple of things about crypto. So we'll see what happens with regards to that. But let me know what you guys think about Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Do you guys own more Ethereum, more Bitcoin? Which one are you more bullish on? Me personally, I own significantly more Ethereum than Bitcoin. And then my second highest is Cardano. But right now, the market is doing extremely well. Really, you got to remember, just because Bitcoin has been around the longest doesn't mean it's the worst. Doesn't mean it's, not good to own. It's not going to be as volatile, not going to increase as much, but still, I think, has a position in everyone's portfolio. But either way, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up this morning. We have a lot going on with crypto. I really appreciate all of you guys joining us this morning. If you can, please be sure to like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It helps me out so much. I'm still traveling, so we're not missing a day. We haven't missed a single day while I've been traveling, and I wanted to come on early this morning and earlier today to give you a little bit of a brief overview of what is going on with crypto, why we are seeing the market up 6.8%, why we're seeing Ethereum up 11%, why we're seeing, Binance Coin, Cardano, Dogecoin, XRP, why we're seeing all of these coins up significantly this morning. And remember, a lot of this has to do with all the talks with regulations, all of the positive technical indicators, the bullish trends we are seeing, and the key resistances that we broke through. 3,000 major resistance for Ethereum that we just smashed through. Remember, just a couple weeks ago, we were less than 2,000. Bitcoin, we broke above 40,000, smashed through 42,500, which was another key resistance level. Now we are really set to just continue our push upwards. There is nothing in the way, no resistances for Bitcoin to get back to 48,000, $50,000 per coin. There's no resistance in place for Ethereum to start reaching new record highs, and everything going on with London hard fork, ETH 2.0. I think we're definitely going to see those happen very, very soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed coming on here talking with all of you. Thanks for joining Kate, Leandro, AG, King Midas, TJ, Tavion, Ricardo, Jesse. Appreciate all of you guys joining us today. Michael Chase, the cat, King Midas, again, Lewis H, always see you here. Vegeta Bet, thank you. So yeah, I appreciate all of you guys joining us, and let's look at a couple of things. Unity Protocol, Nadeem, I have not actually looked enough into Unity, so I'll look into Unity a bit more for you, Nadeem. Appreciate that super chat. Also, Vegeta, thank you. Vegeta, appreciate you. I always see you in all the videos. What do you think about ACH? Where's it going to head from here? So we'll recap. I'll write all those down. We'll talk about them in the next video. But I appreciate all you guys in the super chat. I don't know enough about Unity, but I'll definitely take a look at it for the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of the day, great evening, whatever it is. Hopefully we continue to see your crypto portfolio